What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to share with you guys how you can get big without getting fat. So there's a few things we need to address. Is when you're bulking up, you don't want to add too much body fat because this is going to increase your estrogen levels. And I want to pull up a study right now. So right here we can see that the serum estradiol is increased by twofold being obese. But the thing is, if you're doing bodybuilding, you have extra added muscle, tissue, and fat on top of that. So you're more likely to be more fat in that weight category of being obese. This is like big people that are really, really big, but they've got low body percent fat. They're still classed as being fat, but they're actually not. So this is one of the worst reasons why you should bulk up and why bulking is not a great thing to do, right? Estrogen is a female hormone, right? To keep the estrogen down. Testosterone helps build muscle. So you want to be building the maximum amount of muscle, and you don't want any inhibiting factors that is going to slow down your estrogen. Bring your estrogen down. So moving back into why you should lean bulk and not put on too much fat, and it just comes down to being disciplined. So discipline and consistent in your diet, sleep, training routine, and not cheating too much on your diet. Yeah, you can go out and you can have an extra meal, burgers and fries. You can have a cake here once every so often, but it shouldn't be a habit, or you shouldn't need to be forcing food down, right? Especially if it's extra carbs. You want to go a little bit more high protein variety, so fish, chicken, beef, egg whites. They're your three key protein sources, plus your protein powder if you want to go dairy, right? These are the 5 ones that you can use to expand your protein, because protein helps. Protein is more dense than carbs. Carbs is a starch. So when you are going about your day and you're eating protein and carbs, and your protein's high, so you're more satiated. You're more satiated in having protein, higher protein, than having more carbs. So in fact, if you want to bulk up, I believe, even though that you're going to add weight by having more carbs, but there's less calories in protein than compared to carbohydrates, because carbohydrates is starch and starch is sugar that gives you energy to make you move around. Protein is with amino acids that break down in the body and help repair your muscles. And it's essential. Non-essential carbohydrates. Fats are the nuts and bolts that help make everything flow, your joints good, your omegas, and all that stuff, right? So this is why you guys should not get too obsessively fat in the off season. I would recommend only getting to about a healthy body fat, and that would be between the 15 and 16%. You don't want to be 20% body fat. That's fat. That I'm showing you guys is fat. Even more fat. You already got, from your estrogen, you already got bitch tits growing. So you can already tell that you're growing bitch tits, i.e. gyno. Gynomassa is caused by a number of things that could be caused. It could be caused by high estrogen, prolactin levels, and other hormones that could be thrown out of whack by other drugs, right? You want to be lean and mean. Between that 15-16%, I believe, is going to be your best bet to stay in a healthy weight. If you are one of those genetic elites and you can actually cope with a lower body fat percentage, 10%, That's still double digits. I believe that is still a good weight you can be lean gaining. So it just means like if you need a cut for a comp, if you need a cut for, you're already basically ready. But whether it's your 15 to 16% and you want to get to like 10%, which is quite good, or even 8%, a lot for like an event, from to drop, say if you're 15% and to drop to 8%, that's 7, 8. That's 8. That's 8% body fat you need to lose for that event, right? If you're just doing a general lifestyle kind of thing, that's 8% for that event, for that festival, for that outing, for that wedding, whatnot, right? 8 weeks, 1%. You can lose 1% definitely in 8 weeks, right? Just 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, right? You're going to lose that. You're going to lose that weight comfortably and not sacrifice a lot of muscle, only losing 1%. So there's small changes to the diet, slowly lowering your carbs, potentially upping your carbohydrates, right? And then doing a little bit more cardio. Simple as. When you're getting more stage ready, this is another thing with people that don't understand, is if you're start at 20% and you want to get to 4% contest ready, you literally have to diet for 6 months. All right? You need to lose 16% body fat. Right? People say, yeah, doing a 16-week cut. I'm like, well, what's the point? Like 16%? And you're in a calorie deficit for how long? You're starting from a lot wider range that you're dealing with, and there's a lot of excess fat that will just fall off that you just don't need. So this is basically help people that should you either get big, how to get big without getting fat, slowly increase your protein, keep your cardio, and have the carbohydrates to substitute the energy levels that you need, and taper them in between your workouts. Loads of carbs within your workout regime, so that you're using that for fuel and you're using that also for recovery. So that is where the body is going to recover, soak up with the nutrients, and then move forward. And this is another thing for should you bulk or cut if you're skinny fat. So I'd just recommend doing exactly that. If you're skinny fat, you just want to get to, a healthy 15% body fat that you can see muscle. You might need to cut some off. You might be skinny fat 10%. So you just stay at 10% and then you just slowly build muscle, increasing the protein as you increase your weight and losing fat. You won't notice a difference straight away because you'll be like, oh, I'm staying the same weight for ages, but it looks like I'm gaining more muscle. Exactly. That muscle's been used to burn and to build more muscle. That fat has been used to burn and to burn more muscle. So this is a quick video I just want to discuss about, because there's a lot of misconceptions. Should you bulk or should you cut? This is one of my first ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Shed some light on the estrogen and testosterone ratios. You can see, guys, it's so obvious. Bitch, tits, gyno, estrogen, low testosterone. You do not want that. You want high testosterone, leanish body fat percentage to gain more muscle. Nobody will tell you this. You don't want a double chin. You don't want fat on your face, water loaded. You want it reasonably in a good state. If you guys like this, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.